Whenever I coach anybody or teach any program that even remotely involves time management, the topic of procrastination always comes up. Putting off until later things that we know that we should be doing now has held back so many of us from being as successful as we know we could be and we actually deserve to be. I like to call procrastination the thief of time, because it steals away from us our most precious resource, which is our time. Because time is something which we can never get back once it is gone. We all have only one life to live, with a certain number of years, months, days, hours and minutes in it, and however many of those minutes we waste through procrastination are gone and can never be recovered. After having dealt with procrastination myself over the years and having successfully helped many other people to overcome their particular form of procrastination, I have developed a 7-step system to help people to deal with this particular problem in their lives and constantly move closer to achieving their goals, whatever those goals may be. I'd just like to share those 7 steps with you now. The first step is to try to actually understand the reasons behind our procrastination. For some people it may be a lack of self-confidence, or it may be even some kind of internal fear of achieving their goals in life. It might be because we're actually not clear about our long-term goals and objectives. It might be because we're not really sure of the value of what we're doing, or it may even be simply pure laziness. But once we have identified the reason behind procrastination, then we can begin to work on the root cause instead of just the symptoms. The second step is to always write things down. Writing down our tasks and making to-do lists, even of things which we have to do that don't appear particularly significant, can really help in overcoming procrastination. The very act of writing the tasks somehow makes it real and removes it from the realm of just our minds and puts it on paper in the real world. Writing down each night our tasks or our jobs for the following day, or making our to-do list first thing in the morning if you prefer, can be very helpful because it focuses us on what we need to do. It helps us to stop hopping from one thing to another. And by writing down our tasks in advance, we can begin to evaluate which of them are more important, and we can allocate suitable time to accomplish these tasks. And there's also a real sense of satisfaction in physically ticking things off from our to-do list when we have completed them. Step 3 is learning how to prioritize your task. Basically, how to put first things first. The Eisenhower decision matrix is a way of deciding on your priorities, which was first developed by Dwight D. Eisenhower, President of the United States during the 1950s. It basically helps you to distinguish between tasks that are important and not important, urgent and not urgent. So, as you can see in the diagram, you split your tasks into 4 boxes. This enables you to prioritize first all of those tasks that you need to do now, then those tasks that you should schedule a time to complete, thirdly tasks that you would be better delegating to others, and finally those things that you should delete or not do at all. If you write down all your tasks for a particular day or for a particular week into this chart and prioritize your time accordingly, then you will be more likely to end up spending your time on things that will be getting you constantly closer to achieving your goals. The next step, step number 4, is to keep reminding yourself of the consequences of doing something and also the consequences of not doing it. What will happen if I do this, and what will happen if I don't do this? Every time we are tempted to put off a task, we should ask ourselves this question: how will it benefit me in the future if I do this now? And what difficulty will it cause for me if I don't do it now? I would suggest that you write down the answer to this question so that you see in black and white the consequences of the choice that you are about to make. Almost everything that we do is either to gain some benefit or pleasure for ourselves, or else to avoid some pain or difficulty. Remind yourself constantly that if you don't do what you are supposed to do today, it will eventually become a pain point for you. In the long run, the pain that we avoid by not doing something will be negated by the pain that will come later on down the line because we have not done it. Step 5 is all about setting really effective goals for yourself, and this is one of the most powerful and effective methods of overcoming procrastination. It involves becoming absolutely clear and having well-defined goals for our future, which are developed into a plan which is foremost in our minds and which we are working on each and every day. Our goals formed into a plan give us a step-by-step journey towards achieving what we want in life. The clearer our plan is for achieving those goals, the clearer and stronger our motivation will be each day to follow each of the little steps that bring us closer to our goals. Our well-defined goals are the principal aim or aims towards which our life is directed. If we have clearly identified goals, then obviously we will spend more time and effort working on them. This will of course increase our likelihood of success. And everything that is bringing us closer to achieving our goals is productive, and anything that is not bringing us any closer to it is non-productive. It's as simple as that. Have you noticed that every successful person is sharply focused on achieving their goals? That's not a coincidence. To achieve your goals, you have to focus your available time on achieving them by banishing the time thieves to the periphery of your life. There are many goal-setting systems, such as the SMART method, in which we learn to set goals that are SMART, specific, measurable, achievable, relevant and time-bound. These are very good, but in working with many people on achieving their goals, I have realised that just setting goals once and leaving it at that does not lead to success. Instead, I teach people to use what I call the PERI system: plan, execute, review, improve, which helps you to constantly tweak, develop and review your goals so that they are always in line with your current reality and where you see your life going. Step number 6 of our system is about developing good habits with regard to using your time well. One thing is to try to finish your to-do list every day for a week. But that's my problem, you might say. I can never finish my list. That's my whole problem. Okay, but what I'm suggesting is that if that's the case, then you should try to reduce the number of items on your daily to-do list for a few days until you are actually accomplishing everything on the list. Now that might sound counterproductive at first, but actually it's not. Because if you can get yourself into the habit of finishing your to-do list each day, it actually brings a great sense of self-satisfaction, and your brain will want to keep on having that feeling. So then you can gradually start adding more tasks and more difficult tasks to your daily to-do list, and you will build up the habit of getting the tasks done that you have set for yourself. There are many other habits you could work on also, such as doing the more difficult things earlier in the day and breaking down more complex, more difficult tasks into simpler ones. But it's best not to try to do everything at once. Rather, try to build up these good habits slowly but surely. Step number 7, the final step of our system, is to find someone to hold you accountable. Because if you have a tendency for procrastination, then it is very important to find someone to be accountable to. This could be a colleague, a family member, or preferably a coach. Procrastinators tend to try to explain away the things that they know that they should be doing but are not doing. And it's easy to explain away things to ourselves, not so easy to explain away things before another person. So it can be very helpful to have a coach who will help you to hold yourself accountable for things that you say you will do and things that you know that you should do. One of the things I do is to coach people who want to achieve their full potential in life or achieve some particular goal. And most of the time this does not involve giving advice to people, but rather helping them to be accountable for what they said that they would do and keeping them laser focused on achieving their goals. If you found this video helpful, please click like and subscribe so that you can be notified about all new videos as soon as they are posted.